Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please write me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding this video or any other videos that I have posted in the past. If you have any videos, ideas that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. When it comes to noodle soup, there's only one kind of noodles that I really enjoy, and that's rice noodles. I remember when I was in Vietnam about 7 or 8 years ago, I stayed in a hotel, and breakfast time, they always serve rice noodle soup for breakfast. And in Vietnam, they call the rice noodle pho. So I will have that every single morning, and I never got tired of it. So when I returned home, I decided I would like to find a way so that I can make rice noodle soup anytime I want, and I would like to be able to do it in less than 5 minutes. And this is exactly the amount of time that it takes for them to make a rice noodle soup breakfast for me when I was in Vietnam. So I know it is completely doable. In this video, I would like to show you how to achieve this. In many ways, this rice noodle soup is very similar to a ramen noodle soup. The difference is that the rice noodle has a very distinct texture, and it's a more al dente texture as compared to the weak noodles. And this is precisely the reason that I like it so much better than weak noodles. You can buy rice noodles from almost any type of Asian grocery stores. And if you go to the store, you will find that they have many different kinds for you to choose from. And they differ in thickness, and of course, they come in many different brands. They come from different parts of the world as well. Most of them come from Vietnam and southern part of China, where rice noodles are very popular. The way to prepare rice noodles is simply by boiling them. And it turned out that the wok is an excellent cooking utensil for boiling noodles. I have mentioned in the past, it's great for boiling spaghetti noodles, but it's also great for boiling rice noodles. Here I'm going to show you how to boil rice noodles in my Cuisine 14-inch stainless steel wok. First of all is that you need to boil some water, and I usually fill the water almost to the top. Now, the rice noodle I'm going to use is a rice noodle come from southern part of China. This is a place that they are well known for making different kind of rice noodles. And these rice noodles that I really enjoy, that are thinner in terms of the consistency of the noodles. And I think it gives a much better flavor to the noodles. But there are different kind of thickness, and you can choose from. But this is the one that I prefer. Another thing I really like about this rice noodle is that it is very crisp. In some cases, the rice noodle can be somewhat slimy. And this one, which provide that kind of crispness, which I really enjoy. If you don't have an Asian supermarket or grocery store nearby where you live, you can order this online. But it is much less expensive if you can buy it at the Asian grocery stores. And you will find that there are many different brands, and some are more expensive than the others. I have tried almost all of them, and I really do not see a whole lot of difference between them. So I usually pick the one that is the cheapest. Okay, now the water is boiled. It doesn't have to go into full boil. And I'm going to put the entire package of noodles into the water. I'm going to use a pair of long handled tongs to tease the noodles apart. It is very easy to separate them, and they're very fast to cook. I usually set my timer for about 3 minutes. I leave the setting of my burner too high. This will cause the water to boil slowly. Because of the large opening of the wok, this will prevent the water to boil over the surface of the wok. And this is one important advantage to use the wok to boil noodles. The rice noodles on the market come in different thickness. The one that I have here is among the thinnest. There's another one a little bit even thinner than this one. Now personally, I like the rice noodles that are thinner, and I prefer them because I feel like they give me a better mouthfeel, and I find them to be more pleasant as well more interesting to eat. But this is very much personal preference. Some people like them a little bit thicker, and some people like them to be really thick. And there are actually many different kinds for you to choose from. some of them are suitable for different type of dishes, and so each one of them have some special purpose. But most of the time, you can use them interchangeably, and very much is a personal preference. I have quite a few different kinds of rice noodles available in my pantry, and since they come in dry, you can keep them for a long time, so you don't have to worry about them going bad. So if I go shopping, I usually pick up quite a few so that I will have them on hand. Now, I will use different type of noodles for different type of dishes. For example, in lo mein, I will use some type. In soup noodles like this one, I will use a different type. And if I'm going to stir fry them, I will use furthermore another type. And the one that I frequently use in stir fry is the one that are relatively large, and they are kind of broad instead of round. Now, cooking these noodles takes only a few minutes. Now, because this particular one is very thin, so it cooks much faster, whereas some other noodles that are thicker will take longer time to cook. Cooking these rice noodles is very fast. It takes only about 3 minutes. I then have a bowl of cold water right next to the wok, and then I transfer the noodles into the cold water. This will stop the noodles from continue to cook. This is actually a large plastic strainer. It comes with a bowl that you can fill it with water, so it is really convenient for the purpose of noodles, because I can just transfer the noodles into the cold water, and then I can drain off the water by simply lift up the colander. And the reason that I cook so much noodles, because I can store them in the refrigerator. I use them for different purposes. Sometimes I will use it for chow mein, also for lo mein, and then of course I use it for noodle soup. And they have excellent shelf life. Usually I can store them for up to 2 weeks, and then I can use it through time. In fact, storing the noodles do not affect their quality. To create a soup base, I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of my wok with tak basic seasoning mix. I have this available on Amazon. I will leave the link below the video. You can give it a try. This actually makes a really excellent soup base, very savory and flavorful. And I'm going to add a half teaspoon of hot sesame oil. If you don't have hot sesame oil, you can just use regular sesame oil. This is then followed by 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. This really makes an excellent soup base. You should give it a try. I think you will really enjoy it. And now next I'm going to prepare the noodles. The noodles will come directly from the refrigerator, therefore they will be cold. And to warm up the noodles, I'm going to boil some hot water, and I'm going to soak the noodles in hot water for about 15 to 20 seconds. That is all it takes to warm it up. The noodles tend to stick to each other when they first come out from the refrigerator, so I use a pair of chopsticks to tease them apart. And this will also allow the water to penetrate the noodles better, and so it will warm it up a little bit faster. The next step is that I'm going to drain off the water. I use the spider strainer to drain the water. I have a bowl underneath it, and I just pour the noodle right onto the strainer, and this will let out the water and save the noodles. And then I transfer the noodles into the bowl that I already have the soup base mix. And then I add water to the bowl. And you can add as much or as little water that you would like. Personally, I like to have a lot of soup, so I add a fair amount of water, actually all the way to the top of the bowl. And then I use a pair of chopsticks to mix everything in the bowl. This will allow me to mix up the seasonings that I have put in the bottom of the bowl. So okay, that's all it takes to prepare the noodle soup. And the next step is to garnish it with whatever that you would like. I'm going to add some kimchi radish that I'm going to lay it right on top of the noodles. In fact, you can use almost anything that you would like. Sometimes I will fry an egg, but a lot of times you can use leftover to garnish the noodle soup. Since I have a shrimp left over from a dish that I cooked, which is a shrimp with lobster sauce, so I'm going to put the shrimp right over the noodles. and this makes a beautiful breakfast. Okay, here it is, my all-time favorite breakfast. Give it a try. For your convenience, I have provided a link to the recipe of this noodle soup. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. Using my fast cooking system, your cooking will be practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.